why I started the camera so fucking early. Faye hasn't smiled on her channel for a while. The last thing she did was burn a bunch of shit on a live stream. Is Faye okay? Faye is never okay. Before we get into that, I just want to say that this is what happens when I wash my hair. Like, it just, like, I saw a comment the other day because I had my hair like tied up, and when you look at my hair when it's tied up, it honestly doesn't look like a lot of hair. But the thing is with my hair is I can make it look like a lot. Like, it's still a lot of hair. Okay, so don't worry, I'm not shaving more of it. It's very versatile, and this is what happens when I wash it. It has so much air in it, and it's so damaged. Like, it's just got air pockets through its cuticle, and what I've realized is that often it's just a lot more malleable after I wash it. Because like me, my hair has a lot more personality damaged. I woke up this morning and I told myself, I'm not gonna make a sad video today. Because the last couple of videos have been too fucking serious, and even that tarot card one that I did with Saf, too fucking serious. Like, who wants to hear about me and my goals? Like, nobody. Not even the spirits wanted to grace me with some humor that day. And for the record, no, I do not believe that tarot cards will show me the way forward. I just like having fun, okay? Leave me alone. It's been a stressful 3 weeks, and I feel like it's finally over, and I have all of this excess energy from bathing in the ashes of my forgotten ones, and I kind of want to talk about it. But while I'm talking about it, I also... This is stupid. I also want to show off my new palette. So I've really made an adult move here and bought myself a palette, and I'm feeling very grown, so please don't make fun of me. But I bought the Morphe Coca-Cola X Morphe palette because honestly, when I saw it online, because I follow Morphe, I mean, this shade range is just so me. Like, there's a little bit of blue, some purple, and just red. And red is my color. But we're not starting with the palette, we're starting with the base. And your girl finally got herself some primer because she's an adult now and she doesn't just fill her pores with foundation. Do you know why I'm feeling silly? Because I've been stressed for 3 weeks. Like, legitimately stressed. Okay? I have not known... Oh, my face feels so smooth because I just got done epilating it. I just got done dealing with something that I never thought that I would take 3 weeks, like my 3-year relationship with a narcissist. I was over it. I was over it because he broke up with me over a tattoo. I was over it in like a week. Less even. Like, I burned all the shit I had, and I needed to burn all of that shit because it was like documents, and I had like his bank statement and I had like a photocopy of his passport and shit, because he was in a different country and we were filling out paperwork. Yeah, I burned all of that shit, and I was on Tinder in like not even a couple of weeks, like a week. Like, I was done. You can ask Alicia, she knows, she was there. When I left my whole ass fucking family, I was ousted that day. You know, like, I'm not gonna say that I'm over it, but there was no follow-up drama. Not really. But with this, it's taken 3 weeks, and I've needed to do more than I ever thought that I would need to do to get rid of somebody, like to get someone out of my life. More than ever. I didn't even need to do this much to get my father out of my life. and he tried to kill me. So it has been stressful, and I've had good friends and good food to support me along the way. Good friends being Saf. Just want to shout them out quickly here because you should absolutely follow them. So Saf, Gaga Hu Akbar, Takashi or Secular Senpai, I think his name is on Twitter, Shmariana Shamande, and of course Leisha, but she's not a public figure because she's classy and she likes to keep it classy. They have been supporting me endlessly. Also Victoria Guggenheim, who's having a little bit of a hard time right now, so I would really appreciate it if y'all know her, go and follow her. She's a body artist, a body painter. You should go and follow her and give it some love because she's having a really hard time right now, and I actually need to check up on her very soon. But yeah, good friends and good food have been keeping me going, and I've had, I feel like, several existential crises in the last 3 weeks where, and I'm also in therapy, so I've been like bringing it up in therapy as well. Like I have so many issues. My therapist is honestly sick of me just talking about my week as opposed to actually digging into the things that I need to dig into, like my father issues and my abandonment issues and my bereavement issues and everything the fuck else. So she is glad that this is fucking over because now we can actually dig in and, you know, explore the real shit instead of this nonsense that has been plaguing my life for the last 3 weeks. And yes, before you fucking say it, maybe I did bring it upon myself. Okay, maybe I did. But it should not be this hard to get someone out of your life. It should not. Never. Not once. Never again. Never again am I doing this. That is a boundary that I'm setting up, and that's why, like, I can't be doing this whole, oh, you're an ex-Muslim, you got abandoned, you took off your hijab, we can be friends. No, we cannot, because some of y'all are fucked up. Honestly, some of y'all are fucked the fuck up, and I am done. I'm done trying to help people like that. Okay, we cannot just be friends. You gotta, I can be friends with anybody except for people who just straight up abuse me, and B, you gotta at least like animals and David Attenborough. Like, I'm not a very picky person when it comes to friends and relationships, but if you hate Attenborough, there is something wrong with you. How can you not like David Attenborough? He's a fucking universal treasure. Same with Steve Irwin. Peter came for Steve Irwin and I have like denounced them since. I mean, Peter did a lot of things to be denounced for, to be fair, but after they declared Steve Irwin an animal abuser, I could not take it fucking seriously. You know what, maybe I'm just ridiculous, but I really like my tired under eyes. I think it gives me an air of grownness that before I didn't have. And this is coming from someone who still gets ID'd when I buy an energy drink. Like, fuck alcohol and cigarettes. I get ID'd for energy drinks. I don't know what my local cashiers are trying to tell me, if they're just like pissing me off for no reason, or if they're trying to say that I look like a 7-year-old. But I do not appreciate it. Do I want to look 25? No the fuck I don't. But do I want to look 7? No. I'm sorry, while I beat my face, I might as well talk about, I think there have been a lot of questions. People have messaged me on Discord, people have DM'd me, like, are you okay? After I bathed in some ashes. Basically, a lot of people were concerned. I think some people thought that I was burning a Quran. That's not what happened. I burned some, so my whole, let me map my thought process. So I wanted to get this person out of my life, right? I made a very public show of it and it caused me a great deal of stress, and I kept being told, leave this person, just just get rid of them out of my life. And you know what? It's good advice. So I took down all my pictures of them. My art wall looks very, very different. If you haven't seen it, how different it looks now, it's on my Instagram, go and follow me. But my art wall looks very, very different. I took down all the pictures of them. I've very childishly scribbled them out of my photo albums and things like that, because all of my good memories from last year, they're there, like fucking Bloody Mary in all of my pictures. I just wanted to get rid of them. They're like herpes, they're like bed bugs. They always find ways to crawl back into my fucking life, and I'm done. And how do you get rid of bed bugs and herpes? You burn them. I don't know how anyone uses loose powder. I thought that instead of getting a pressed translucent powder, I'd get loose powder because it looks like there's more in there, but it just like every second it's open, it just wastes itself. It's fucking stupid. It's everything in this world is just a fucking scam. So I wanted to burn them out of my life. I have a tin that I used to hold all of my memories. Like I'm a very sentimental person. I like keeping things, you know, even pictures of like the worst people in my life. I have them because I think that every moment that you spend with people is an experience to learn from. That's what I believe. And I have pictures of my father, I have pictures of my mother, I have pictures of, you know, my very toxic ex still on my Facebook, which certain people are not very happy about, especially not Simon. Waste of money. Look at this. Look at this. Loose powder can fuck off. I am an extremely sentimental person that keeps everything. So that's kind of what I mean when I say that I've never had to oust someone out of my life like this. Like, not just physically oust them, like I am never going to work with you again, I do not want to be associated with you anymore, and, you know, don't talk to me. Like, I needed to oust them on a physical, mental, psychological, emotional level. Like, I needed to get them out of me. Like, just go away and never come back. And it was ridiculous, honestly, because the day that I decided to burn all that shit, like, I was trying to explain it to my therapist, because at the moment, and some of you all are going to be surprised that I'm even bringing this up, and some of you won't, because you've been around long enough and you know me and my antics. I'm going to be assessed for bipolar 2 because I think that I definitely have depressive episodes, and I think I have hypomania episodes as well. And I think that day, I'm saying it like it was like ages ago, it was 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I think that was an example, like a manifestation of my hypomania. And what hypomania is, if I can explain it well enough, is it's just a burst of energy to do something. I don't think I have bipolar 1 because I don't have fits of mania, and mania often involves like these heights of energy. You black out, you're like super happy and stuff, and I don't necessarily have a problem with the hypomania, but because there's a history of mental health issues that are completely undiagnosed in my family and untreated, by the way, I just don't want it to escalate. And if I do have a problem, I would rather it be identified, and if it becomes a problem for me in future, I want the avenues to treatment to be available to me easily, as an adult should. All of my aunts and uncles and my father. I think that example, like me posting that video, first of all, like me having this like fit of rage, posting that video where I created the boundary for not mixing business and pleasure again, and making trauma bonding with friends, or trauma bonding into friendship, was an example of my hypomania, because there was no, like, you know how you like think through shit before you do it? There was no thinking process, really, because in my brain it was like I woke up did that video, grabbed my tin, texted my landlord to say that I'm gonna be burning some shit in the garden in a tin, and he said that's fine. He said that's fine. Love my landlord. And then I just went and burnt it. And initially, I was just gonna wash my hands in the ashes because I thought that was enough. But then it got in my head, like a real power move would be to bathe in the ashes. And I put an arbitrary poll on Twitter because I didn't really care if anybody disagreed with that idea. I had decided I wanted to do it anyway. Because I'm a bad bitch. And I took some pretty cool pictures. And the other thing, like, I managed to stop it at the end because the last thing I was gonna do was repost that original video talking about the end of a toxic friendship while playing with makeup. That video, I was gonna repost it, and I was like, no, you know what? No. Like it was like a barrier that I put in my brain where I was like, no, this is enough. You know, like you've made your point. I had to like really sit myself down, and I think I'm still on that uphill of my hypomania. But like, if we talk about my depressive episodes, like my depressive episodes last for a really fucking long time, and they're the most frustrating thing about the whole. I don't have words, honestly. I know that Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson are not really favourable right now, but please understand that I bought this before. And also, it's really good. And I don't want to throw it away because I spent like £50 on it because I am a sucker. But yeah, we're gonna be doing this now. Yeah, I think I'm still on the uphill where I'm still going through this hypomania thing, and I will keep you updated, I guess, if I get like a formal diagnosis, because it's important. It's really, really important to recognize that you have a problem when you have a problem. And I think that not enough people talk about their mental health openly. And like, I mean, it doesn't really need to be said because there's like a massive campaign for normalizing mental health, right? Like there's a massive campaign. I got glitter on this. There's a massive campaign to normalize talking about mental health and, you know, addressing it and treating it like on even playing field with like physical illnesses. But that doesn't change the fact that there is still a stigma and people are still afraid to talk about mental health issues. Like every single job interview that I've had, I've always brought up the fact that I'm anxious and I have anxious tendencies and I'm depressed because that's my normal. And it really, like, do I really want an employer that's gonna string me out completely? No. In the same way that I don't want an employer that's gonna tell me every 5 seconds that my lipstick color is too bright. You know, like, you want to be able to be yourself at work because work is like an extension of you. So for me, I like to make people aware of my issues because it's my normal and I need to feel valid in an environment. And I made it very, very clear in, oh, this is a very, very pigmented red. I'm very excited. I made it very clear in my last video that I have a responsibility to be an example to certain people because I am the oldest of 6 siblings. I'm the oldest in my family. I have a lot of people that look up to me, you know, outside of social media. And if you do look up to me because of my social media and you're not family, I do not understand you because I would not take me as a role model because I'm very, very erratic and I make poor life choices. I am 25, so I give myself some leeway to make poor choices because I made all the right choices in the context of my upbringing as a young child, and now I'm just going off the fucking rails like a stupid fucking teenager. But I wouldn't take me as a role model. That was my point. Darken up these corners, bitch, yes. Give me colour. It's just such a me colour. I would love to have red hair again, but I bought so much green dye. It was on sale. The Asian in me was screaming if I have bipolar 2. And like, we've talked about other issues that I have at length. Like, I've uploaded, if you haven't seen this, you should. I've uploaded a whole existential crisis that I've had. Just cause I feel like when people are strung out, when I'm strung, let's talk from my perspective, let's not talk for other people, but when I'm like strung out and stressed and I don't know what to do, I seek out like content that is sad, because I misery loves company, you know, like I don't want to cry by myself, I want to cry with somebody, and you know, y'all can tell me if that's insane. I don't think it is, but you know, everyone's entitled to an opinion, even if it's stupid, wrong, and factually incorrect. Yeah, and I just thought, like, if I record this, like, I'm having a mental breakdown, and I just want some company, you know, and with the world watching me, I will have that company, and it will fulfill, maybe I should have used this loose glitter. There's, like, a loose glitter pan. Maybe I should have used it on top of a colour rather than just dumping it on my bare eyelid. But no, we've talked about the other issues that I have in my life. We've talked about my PTSD, we've talked about my possible eating disorder. We've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about like my past traumas and the things that I'm still getting over, like my father issues and my family issues. And it's very cathartic to be able to like express that, and I want to, like, I know what it feels like to let some of that shit go, and I want to make other people feel comfortable in it as well. And that's kind of, and this is also super cathartic for me to like sit here and talk about this. And a lot of people have like told me in the last, you know, year, almost 2 years that I've been doing this, let's say a year and a half that I've been doing this, that, oh, you know, what if your employer sees this? Like, what if, there's just been a lot of what ifing. And the deal is like, my current employers are aware of my content, and I've had a few interviews since, because I don't really want to stay with my current employers, just based on recent treatment of me. But they're very aware of what I do, and I make people aware of what I do, because it's what I do. I don't have any reason to hide it. And you know, they'll give me guidance on it and be like, oh, you know, do this and this, and well, this is what we're fine with and this is what we're not fine with, and that's fine, you know, like, be honest. Just don't be a dick and you'll be fine. Look how pretty. When I was in therapy yesterday, like, I've been doing online sessions. When I was in therapy yesterday, my therapist, because I told my therapist about me bathing in ash, and she kind of went, that was a dramatic thing to do. And I went, yeah, I was feeling super dramatic. Sorry, I'm talking really slowly because I've got something near my eye. I was feeling super dramatic. And she said, well, what did you feel like rubbing all of that ash on your body? And the way that, I'm going to try and explain it the same way that I told her. And what I told her is that when I burned those, you know, personal memories of mine and personal possessions that I had from this person, in order to oust them from my life and from my body and my soul, and I mean, I can never get rid of them from my brain, but one can only dream. When I did that, when I burned it, it felt like I was getting rid of them in a physical sense, but not necessarily in an emotional sense, because the physical remnants of this person is like a ghost, right? I've burnt the ghost, but the memory of that ghost still lives within me, and I have a lot of feelings about that. So when I took the ash and I rubbed it all over my body, it felt like it was almost instinctual, and that's how I described it. All of it felt like an instinct, like it felt like what I needed to do rather than something that I wanted to do. And it's a really weird feeling, because I didn't have like a normal upbringing like a lot of people did, where a normal British upbringing. I had a very challenging, let's call it that, challenging upbringing. I don't know if what I'm doing is like crazy or if it's just a thing that I do, you know, if it's just my normal or if it's just insane. But it felt instinctual. Like I burned all of that shit, and after I put out the fire, I wanted to touch the ash and I wanted to wash my hands in it, and it just didn't feel like enough. So I rubbed the ash like all over my body and took a number of sexy pictures that one has seen the light of day, and no one else will see the others because they're mine. And like when I rubbed it all over my body, it felt like I was acknowledging the emotional baggage that I'm carrying because of this person. And mind you, the emotional baggage of this person is only like a year, but it's heavy because they refuse to leave my life. Like they actively refuse, not just on an emotional level, like on a physical, in your face level, they refuse. And I'm so glad that I have 5 roommates, and I'm pretty sure they do not know where I live. And also because ash doesn't just like wash off when you sprinkle water on it, you actually have to like scrub it out. And it felt like this was the physical emotions, right? And I was covering myself in them and then like taking the time to slowly scrub them away. It was almost like a visualization, but it was also all instinctual. Like it felt all instinctual. And I mean, aside from it being, you know, extremely dramatic and a boss ass bitch move, like I'm very proud that I did it. It also felt extremely cathartic, and I don't know if that whole thing, like definitely I'm gonna continue burning shit because I love fire, but I don't know if the ash bathing thing is gonna keep being a ritual. It might have just been a one-off, but it felt like something that I had to do, like it's something I needed to do. It felt like hunger or thirst or like sleep. It was just like ash bath, you know? I know that sounds dumb, but that's how it felt. And I think it's a manifestation of my hypomania, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because I don't know, I guess they're called episodes, so I'll call them episodes, but I don't want it to sound like I'm absolutely losing my mind. That's not what it is at all. It's just like this burst of energy where I just like go without thinking. And it's really helpful. Like it's really fun when you're in it. It's more the depressive episodes that I'm scared about, because like my last depressive episode, like my proper last depressive episode lasted for like 6 months, and I was suicidal. Like it was, well, I had suicidal ideation, so I wasn't like actively trying to end my life, but I was talking myself into it, and it was weird. I don't want anybody to worry about me. I don't have that anymore. I kind of fell back into it in the last 3 weeks. But me and my internal voice have had a conversation. We've resolved it, so nobody worry, okay? I don't want anybody giving me sympathy. That's in this house, we talk about our feelings without judgment, okay? And today, I just want to feel beautiful. And I think I'm getting there, because I am in love with the reds in this palette. Because often, like I have other palettes with reds in them, like the Conspiracy palette I think has like a really bright pinky pink in it. It has some oranges in there, it has some yellows in there. I have a Game of Thrones palette by Urban Decay. That one doesn't have any reds in it, but often when I get like red eyeshadows, they never come out red enough. And this is giving me like, I can definitely layer this and make it even more red, but it's giving me red, you know, like red. I don't know if I'm making sense. I just sound like a crazy art person, which at this point, with me tattooing myself and buying myself palettes, I mean, I am that person. Okay. For those of you who are about to get in the comments and come for my eyebrows, I'm gonna fill them in at the end, okay? Not right now. I haven't got my glasses on and I'm not wearing contacts, because why would I waste my contacts on that? on this, like, honestly. That sounds like a me thing to do, but I'm not. No. Okay, no. The other thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is that I posted a tweet yesterday or the day before. The days are really starting to melt together since I stopped counting how long it's been since the lockdown. But a couple of days ago, or yesterday, or, you know, time is a lie, I posted that I had bought a one-way ticket somewhere, and y'all think you're funny, but no, I have, and when I say one way, it doesn't mean I'm staying there forever. I'm just going there and I don't know when I'll be back. It's probably going to be like 10 days, a week to 10 days. But I got a ticket to Liverpool because Saf lives there. And Saf has, you know, I feel like we properly met in March, right? And we have bonded on a level only an Aquarius and a Pisces could. Like, we just get each other. Like, we've made a list of things to do. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, she's met me one time before March. We did like a panel together for CEMB around like shunning and apostasy. We were on a panel together, and I had, because we knew of each other before then. We were like DMing and talking to each other, and we'd met once. We had like one picture before then. I was like telling her this dumb idea I had of like becoming Lady Gaga from the Judas music video, because I heard the song and I wanted to become the music video. Like, I just wanted to feel and move and live and breathe through the music video, you know? And I like picked out an outfit. I had like this whole look planned, and I was telling her about this, and I feel like aside from Elise, she was one of the only people who just like instantaneously got it. They were like, yes, of course you want to become a music video. And if you don't understand what that means, I guess we just don't vibe. Yeah, and she came down in March, and because she doesn't live in London, Mariam Namazi, who is my mother now, like, she's actually my mother. I go to her for advice, or whenever I need an adult, like a real adult, not like a fake one like me. Mariam Namazi had gotten her a hotel because she's a speaker, and Mariam Namazi is wonderful. But yeah, Mariam Namazi got her a hotel. And I asked her, since she's getting a hotel, if she would like to do like a sleepover with me. And she was just like fully down for it, which, questionable whether or not you should trust me, because I am a little out of my mind. I'm not dangerous, but I like doing dangerous things. This island looking even. I'm phoning it in. It's a write-off, it's fine. But yeah, we had a sleepover together while she was here. We drank together, we spooned, because there was only one bed and it got too hot, so I went and slept on the floor. And we just bonded, and we've been really, really close since, so I want to see her again. I'm going to stay with her in Liverpool. And we have such a plan. Like, we've made like a 10-point plan of what we want to do when I get there. So look forward to some videos maybe with her. I don't know, because she will be working, and I am still not until September. I know I shouldn't be complaining. I know this is some people's dream, but when my hands are not busy, my mind starts talking. And she's not always nice. I also ordered some new tattoo ink. So I ordered red, black and white. So I will be doing some. I still have like a couple more runes that I want to put on my body, because I have the one on my knee and these two. And I have like a few others that I want to put on my body, but in red. And I'm thinking about outlining this in white, but I haven't decided yet, so don't hold me to that. I'm just gonna set it and forget it. Open up Conspiracy and get that light pink to blush my cheeks up with, because I don't have a natural blush. I'm brown, and we're not ashamed of anything. Oh, that's another thing I was going to talk about, actually. It was shame. I have no shame for what makes me a human, and no one should. Just thoughts, you know, as you do. You know, if part of you being a human is you going out of your mind a little sometimes and bathing yourself into mash, bitch, go for it. Like, there is no manual. Like, I just want to make that very clear. Like, while we do have laws and, you know, social contracts and stuff like that, there is no manual to being human. And you should be entitled to feel how you feel. And if you feel like burning shit that's yours and bathing in the ash, like, who are you really hurting? Like, it's free. It's the equivalent of rubbing dirt and bathing in it, and who am I to tell you no? Who's anyone really to tell you no? Using pigment for the blush. See, I would read them out if they were just like listed on the actual palette instead of coming in a fucking plastic. So it's not environmentally friendly and I don't like it. I'm gonna highlight with Just a Theory, which is just like this pinky highlight. I just want to make it very, very clear for anyone who's about to type their stupid fucking comment in. You can. Just to be clear, you can. I allow everybody on my channel because hate is gonna hate. I can't really, like, I would rather you get out all your negative thoughts rather than live with them because they're bad for you. But before you write it in, please do consider, if you're about to say, I don't know why she puts all this makeup on her face, she's so pretty without makeup. Don't insult me like that. Don't lie to me. Okay, I can put whatever I want on my face. It's my face. It's the same way that my therapist, like, I told my therapist I was tattooing myself and she like gave me a look like, why? I don't need your judgment, you're my therapist. She was like, no, but like, why? What is it about tattooing that makes you feel good? It's just like allowing me to own my own body, you know, paint it how I want. And it's a method of reclamation. And to me, it feels like self-care. It makes me feel like how self-care feels, where I just get to spend hours of time with me and my body. How's that bad? I think I'm gonna put some of that red glitter on my lip. See what it looks like. I feel good. I look good. Oh, it's such a shame that I'm just gonna be sitting at home with this face. It's not even just this face, okay? Alright, I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna put on the outfit that I picked out today, and my wig, and I will be back. Give me a second. I feel good. This wig is kind of shit, and you can tell that it's a wig, I hope, at least, but I feel pretty, and actually with my normal hair it looks great too. Give me a second. Bitch. Oh, this is why we do it. This is why we do it. It just feels great. I feel like a new person, and I feel happy. I feel empty. But like in a good way, where the emptiness is just calm and peaceful, and you feel like you got rid of bed bugs, like you fumigated. It feels good, guys. I would 10 out of 10 recommend. I'm gonna put my glasses back on because I can't see shit. But thank you for watching this video. I know this is a dumb video, but I'm happy that I did it. and I will see you in the next one. I don't know when the next one will be, but here's to hoping for more happy and fun and light content throughout the rest of lockdown. I doubt it, because it's me, but a girl can dream, okay? Anyways, bye.